We're having a special broadcast today for the Christmas Telethon. Stay tuned up next and join us as we celebrate 2025 for our second annual Christmas Telethon on PWD Allies podcast. I just won't mention on the podcast. Hello, and thanks for tuning in to PWD Allies podcast. My name is Brent Frayne. I'm the host. And joining me today is Neil Matheson from Surrey, British Columbia. And I'm coming to you from Victoria, BC, the capital region of BC. What a gorgeous sunny day it is outside today. A little breezy. A little bit of northeasterly winds have kind of pushed the clouds out because it was blustery last night. It was cold. I had to turn the heat up there, and well, we got kind of toasty by the morning. I don't know. I guess it was so cold, kind of cool last night. And I tell you, I felt like I was sitting under a palm tree or something like that, and the sun was beating down on me. It was pretty warm, but that's okay. I mean, it is winter; it's to be expected. But hey, on the bright side of it, today is a day that we're having a special broadcast. The second annual Christmas Telethon, the PWD Allies Christmas Telethon. Thanks for joining us today. So we're gonna just dive right into it.
Yeah, and for people that are from BC, will know kind of the reference. I mean, there used to be something called Timmy's Christmas Telethon that would run usually right at the very beginning of December, and we were gonna run this on December 1st, and we decided to run it a little bit early just because we had a couple of spots we could shuffle around. So we thought we'd run it today. And so the reason for running a show like this is number one is just to celebrate the disability community. The people that have supported the channel, either financially or just by sharing out the content. We love it. We hope you love the brand of disability advocacy that we put out there. So I wanted to start out by actually just giving a shout out to a few of our memberships that are actually financially supporting us. So we still have Shannon Hollingworth. I've mentioned her before. I think she's been a supporter now for I don't know, it's been 8 months or more now. And Brianna is right up there too. Brianna is they're both supporting us with an apple fritter, and the apple fritter membership is $4.99 a month. And so both Shannon Hollingworth and Brianna are supporting with us with around 500. I was going to say 500 bucks. No, $5 a month each.
That would be nice. That would be wonderful.
Come on.
Come on down.
Yeah, and we just a few days ago we have a brand new membership from Tracy Williams, and she's done the $2.99 Timbit. Which is the first tier, right? So we have different tiers. We have the Timbit tier of $2.99. We have the apple fritter tier of $4.99. We've got the double tier of $12.99, and we've got the Buble reserved for Michael Buble himself at $29.99. So like 30 bucks. So that's a shout out to those three people, and again, so this show is, we don't ask for money a lot. We just they're at the bottom of the or actually in the chat right now. If you go look in the chat right now, you'll see a dollar sign in the chat, and you can click on that, and that's one of those things you can do. It's called a super chat. If you click that, you can donate in the chat, and if anybody does that, that'd be great. But whether it's like $1, $2, whatever it is,
it all adds up.
It all adds up, and then again, once this video is posted, then you'll see on the bottom bar of the video, you'll see another $sign. It usually takes about 24 hours for it to reappear again once the video is published. So right now it's you'll see it in the live chat, and then after 24 to 48 hours, once it's after live, you'll see the $sign again. And so we're hoping that if people don't donate now, they will donate maybe after when the
rebroadcast
when it's published, and for the next couple of weeks or whatever. And the reason why we would like a little bit of support, because even just the Zoom license itself is over $200 a year to get the Zoom license. So just that alone is it's a lot of money, right? And I don't mind. It's not like I don't mind paying it. Like I will still. But like you said, every dollar helps. I mean, even if we have what would it be like? Let's say 20 people kick in $2 or $3. Maybe that's close to half the cost right there, and then that means I only have to pony up half the fee of the Zoom license.
Well, yeah, it's actually, and our email addresses are actually listed there. So if you would like to contribute to the channel even that way, if you just want to send an e-transfer over,
well, they can do that too. Yeah,
you can do it that way too. Yeah. There's
but the nice thing about the doing it the YouTube way, for full disclosure, YouTube does get a bit of a cut from any of these donations, but the nice thing about doing it YouTube way is I know there are some people that don't even like giving out their email addresses for the e-transfers, and so one of the things I was going to say, the really nice thing about doing it through YouTube, even though YouTube will get a bit of a cut, is that it's completely anonymous. You're not giving an email address. You're not giving anything. It's like if you have your Google Pay set up through your cell phone, or you have Apple Pay set up through your cell phone, the only one that sees any information is Apple Pay or Google Pay.
Right.
I don't see anything. You don't see anything, Brent. Nope. It's completely anonymous. Oh, here we go. We've got Peter. Peter's in chat, and he donated $2.
Oh, thanks, Peter.
He says, happy holidays. So that's $2 less than I have to pay for the Zoom license. Thank you very much, Peter.
Thank you, Peter.
So he got the donation train running. We're very thankful for that, Peter.
Yeah. Anyone else joining in on the chat?
Yeah.
If you'd like to help out the channel grow, and help out on the license fees, and it's also maintaining the site, the website too.
It costs me about, I think it keeps going up every year. I think it's about almost $250 for my website. And again, it's something that I would still do because I've done it for the last, I don't know how long I've had the website for. I think 10 years or so. So I've had it for a long time, and I'll always have it up there. But I mean, again, every dollar helps, and it's one less dollar that I have to pay for if somebody kicks in a bit of cash. And I mean, even things like microphones, and I mean you got your own you got your own microphone, and every once in a while we have to spend more money on other software packages too. Things like that. So there is a cost involved in of course in running a podcast, and you and I have yet to get paid, Brent. I'm waiting for the day that we will get paid. And Peter actually says in chat, he says, you guys need a sponsor for your show, and it's true.
We
and
do. We
and
do.
this is where I can do another shout out. People like Michael Bublé and
Mhm.
Ryan Reynolds.
Oh yeah.
You know, we love if some star power step forward. Uh, we we always joke about Tim Hortons, but we would love it. We would love it if Tim Hortons would come
Mm.
forward. Real Canadian Superstore, anything like that, right?
Yeah. Any big
Like
corporation.
really like the big guns, right? If they're really into like supporting disability advocacy,
Well, it's so important to
yeah.
get the disability advocacy out there because just to keep people well informed of current information that's circulating in the mainstream media. As we all know, I mean, mainstream media, they don't like normally talking about stories that affect people's lives. Yeah, people with disabilities. Um, and that's why we basically have this channel going, and because a lot of people that are basically of relatives of people with disabilities, allies. I mean, members of parliament across the country. MLAs, MPs, mayors. Any layer of government. I mean, a lot of them are tuning into our show on a
Mhm.
daily basis. Every time that we have a podcast out there, word of mouth gets around. Check out the podcast. I mean, we got new people always joining in on the show. We put out really good content. I mean, the best way we can. I always say it's really good content because otherwise we wouldn't put it out,
We're
right?
we're we're a little bit biased.
Yeah, yeah. I
We're
mean,
not we're not gonna put out we're not gonna put out crap content, of course.
well, exactly, and
Yeah.
like the content that we put out, I find it's very educational. It's just informative.
Hmm.
It's bringing lived experience stories of our voices to carry forward.
Yeah.
Some people would say, "Oh, well, he's the spokesperson for them." No, I'm just an advocate.
Yeah.
I enjoy putting the platform out here with Neil and putting out the content and sharing your stories, like my stories, your stories, like everybody that's watching this, and just to educate people of, and not even just educating them, but it's just bringing the the issues that affect their lives forward.
Yeah.
Having meetings with ministers and talking about how to change things, of the policies of government, and how do we, as collective, as society, how do we change things for the better, and get them off the narrative of the status quo of, well, it always worked this way, copy paste, right? I mean, we talk about that. We talk about accessibility a lot.
Yeah.
We've covered a lot,
Well,
everybody.
let's actually talk about next month,
Yeah.
because I mean December is right around the corner.
Oh my gosh, yes.
December is
It's
going to
going
be a
by so
banger
fast.
month. December is going to be a banger month for Gus, Brent.
Oh yeah.
And let's go through the list here.
Yeah.
It's like star power galore. I'm telling you,
Oh yeah.
for December. And before I get to the list, actually, I wanted to do a shout out to Rob Shaw because remember
Yes.
the last time that Rob Shaw was on, I talked about the fact that disability advocacy is not a sexy thing, right?
Mhm.
But I mean, really, that's what you and I have tried to do since day one of the podcast. We want to
Mhm.
make it fun. We want to make it a bit sexy.
Yeah.
We want to make it a bit edgy,
Yeah.
right? That's the whole point of doing a podcast like this is to entertain, to make it sexy, to make it edgy, right? And and so that's kind of where we've kind of put our brand on it.
Mhm.
But anyway, let's go through the list for next month.
Yeah. That's
Uh,
great.
on
Or-
December 5th, we have Mike Morris coming on
Oh,
coming
wow.
on the show. Mike Morris from
Yeah.
Kitchener, Ontario. Of course, he's a ex MP now, but he's got some really big news to share, and I'm going to keep it under my hat
Yeah.
until
Yeah.
actually,
I-
if anybody follows him, which I do.
Mhm.
People might already know what the big news is, but I'm gonna wait till he's on the show and he can he can
Rather than
spill
let
it. He can
the,
spill
let
it.
letting the cat out of the
Yeah.
bag.
So that's on December 5th, and we're so looking forward to that. December 8th, really good friend of yours in the legislature, Dan
Oh,
Davies.
oh, wow.
We
Wow.
haven't heard from him in a while because of course he got voted out, and unfortunately,
Yeah.
we always talk about, like, there's a lot of good
Hmm.
people that get voted out of politics, and Dan Davies is one of those guys, really stand up guy, and so I'm really looking forward to just touching base with him, and
Hmm.
just checking in and seeing how he's doing, and get his opinion on kind of what the state of BC politics is in his eyes, or in his opinion.
Yeah, yeah.
That'll be super interesting. And talking about the state of politics,
Mm.
do a little bit of a drum roll here, Brent. On December 12th, we have a really big guest. I'm super excited. Eleanor Sturko.
Oh, wow.
Eleanor
Wow.
Sturko is coming on
Oh,
December
big,
12th,
right on.
and
Right on.
I
Oh,
have
wow.
tried dating back from the before last election, which here in BC, which was October of 2024. So
Hmm.
basically, since the election, or even before, I've been trying to get somebody from BC Conservatives or other parties, and of course, Eleanor Sturko is no longer with the BC Conservatives. She's an
She's an
independent now, and that's a story in unto itself. And she can
Yeah.
get into that if she wants. I'm not sure.
Hmm.
I'm not sure if she will. But yeah, she
Wow.
was by far the star candidate of the
Hmm.
BC Conservatives, by, like, far and away. And so, like, I'm super excited to have her on. I just so, like, almost giddy to have her on. So
I bumped into her at the
yeah,
BC legislature just recently, and yeah, we were having a meeting at the BC legislature with one of the ministers, and walked right by, and I saw Eleanor Sturko saw Sonia and myself because we were in the meeting with Jeff, and so we walked by, and Eleanor looked at, and she says hi. First of all, she said hi to me. She says hi, and oh, hello. And she goes, and she says, how are you? And great. And so I said, we would love to have you on our podcast. She goes, oh, I would love to come onto your podcast. And she says, I watch your podcast. So yeah, and so here we are. I mean, that's
yeah,
fantastic news, Neil. Like,
yeah,
thanks
yeah,
for
and
all your hard work trying to get.
yeah, and, like, so it's been over a year of trying to
Yeah.
get, and again, like, to be clear, Eleanor Sturko is no longer with the BC Conservatives, to their loss and to their detriment.
Hmm.
But I mean, she's an amazing, like, she does amazing work as an MLA, and so again,
Hmm.
super excited to have her on. On December 19th. December 19th is a super special episode, Brent.
Hmm.
That's going to be episode 250.
Whoa.
So
Oh.
we're coming up to the end of year 3. So in 3
Hmm.
years, we'll have done over 250 episodes in 3 years, and so that's a big milestone. And guess who's going to show up for that milestone, Brent? None other than
Hmm.
the OG herself, Cheryl
Well,
Hardcastle.
oh yeah.
Yeah, our good friend
Oh,
Cheryl Hardcastle will come on, and she'll celebrate the episode 250 with us. So that'll be great. So those are the ones that are booked. So again, that's some really banger ones that are booked right now. There's other ones that aren't officially booked yet, but they're coming in the pipe, we're hoping. We have Shane Simpson and Michael Prince want to come on as a dynamic duo together.
Oh, that'd be
Kind of
great.
that Wonder Twins activate.
Yeah.
One of those ones, right? Because I forget when the last time they were on together. Was it a couple years ago now?
Yeah.
And it was a really good show to have both of them on. And so they both agreed to come on again, and they just haven't settled on an actual day yet. So we're trying to nail down the day, but they want to come on, so they should be coming on before the month is up
Yeah. Looking forward.
next month. And then we also have Sheila Malcolmson that has said that she wanted to come on.
Hmm.
And again, I mean, hopefully she still wants to come on even after
Yeah.
taking all those bows and arrows about the recent announcement about the spousal cap. You know,
Right.
you know, again, I give her full marks for standing in there and taking those bows and arrows, because we know that she doesn't hold the purse strings, right?
Hmm.
It's David Eby and it's Brenda Bailey, and you know, so she just has to stand in there and take the arrows sometimes. But we do hope that she does come on still. And also we have Christine Boyle, the housing minister here in BC. We're
Yeah.
hoping that she comes on. Again, it's in the works. We're
I
pushing
don't.
to have both of them on, Sheila Malcolmson and Christine Boyle. So hopefully that works. And also another one I have in the can at some point, hopefully, is Chad Harridge. I,
Oh yes.
I love the guy. I do. He
Yeah.
feels it feels strangely like family to me somehow. I don't know what it is,
Yeah.
but every time
Yeah.
he comes on, I just love him. So I'm hoping he comes on. He'll probably
He just
come
blends
on.
in. Go.
I'm hoping he'll come on just before Christmas or maybe just after, like before the end of the year anyway. Because I just love his energy. Like he's so
Hmm.
fun. I remember the first time he came on. And he shared a story about having a heart attack. He literally had a cardiac arrest on an ice rink.
Hmm.
You know, and like a really traumatic event. But the way he told the story was so engaging,
Yes, it
and
was.
and said with such, I don't know, I can't explain it, but I just have so much fun. Uh, he's been on. Has it been 2 or 3 times? I don't even know. But I mean,
Hmm.
if I had my way, he'd be on like every other week, every other week. But I
Yeah.
mean, he's super busy. Like last time I talked to him, he says he's super busy because he's a dad like I am. So
Hmm.
he's super busy, but he says probably over Christmas holidays when he has the kids home from school,
Hmm.
he'll be able to set aside a day and come on. So
That's fab.
that's one that I'm really looking forward to as well. And you know, Chad Harridge is just a guy like you and I, Brent, like just just a you know just a guy
Yeah.
and sharing a story, just like so many of the guests that come on. Like we just listed almost all like VIP MLAs and MPs
Hmm.
on the list, but we've also, let's again do a shout out of the disability community. A lot of the stuff that we share on the podcast is from just personal stories, you know,
Yes.
and Chad Harridge being one of them.
Hmm.
So yeah.
There are so many stories out there that just don't get told in the disability community. It's either and then there's no slight on any person with disabilities at all. I mean, I hear that their voices are just not being heard. It's like shouting out to the void, I call it. But your voices are being heard. I hear them. Other people are hearing them. So just to let you know, your voices are being heard. And so for me, I do my very best, the best I can, to amplify without divulging who on social media what their names are. But I will just kind of summarize, basically just based on scenarios, without giving the exact what they type, what the person will type out there. But I kind of summarize it all together and amplify your voices, what I hear, and I carry it forward just to let people, in the disability community and allies. When I hear these stories, when I have meetings with ministers, I actually carry your voice forward, of the frustrations, the just the policies that need to be changed, and that's not just for BC. Like so, because I mean we have our ministers in BC here, in Ontario. I know that the policies are probably pretty close to what BC's are or any other
Yeah.
province too, right? It's a lot of the policies are so archaic. So when I carry my voice forward to tell our minister, it's basically meaning that I'm carrying your voice forward, and so that that maybe your minister is watching the podcast in your province too, watching our show, And so I actually carry it forward so that I'm hoping that they will hear your story. And, and better yet, I would love to have you come on to the podcast if you feel comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
We have ways of working with having you on the podcast. If you're camera shy, I get it. I used to be camera shy many years ago. People are like, no, you are. There's no way. I was very camera shy. I didn't want to have media. It had nothing to do with media, microphones in front of me.
Yeah.
I'm used to that now.
If you told me that I would be helping with a podcast, Brent,
yeah.
even 5 years ago, I'd be saying you're nuts.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's times where I'd have to stand up in front of a whole audience and actually talk about advocacy or talk about why things need to be changed for the better. I like to go forward rather than backwards, meaning stop the clawbacks of any kind, and how to change the systems and carry your voices forward. And that's what advocacy is all about. Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be things in life that people agree upon and they disagree on different approaches, and that's fine. I actually welcome that because we all learn from each other, right? And there's nothing wrong with basic constructive criticism back and forth, but infighting, I mean, oh my gosh, I see so much of it. I hear so much of it in like some of my neighbors.
Yeah.
And I say, well, you're frustrated. I said, then write a letter. To your MLA, your MP, your local representative, members of parliament. Make a phone call. Well, no, I write an email. They ignore it. Okay, then write a letter.
Yeah.
Or if you're not good at writing, I mean, just handwrite it rather than writing. I mean, or make a phone call. Go down.
I understand it too, because I mean, I used to send so many emails, and then you just feel like it's not, nobody's seeing it, and it is frustrating.
Yeah, you'll get an auto reply back or something.
Yeah, and I guess that's what's nice about having a podcast like this, because it is like, once it's on YouTube, it's on the internet, and if it's on the internet, it's kind of available to the whole world, let alone Canada. I mean, let's remind people what the title of your show used to be when it was on Twitter Spaces. When it first started out, it was Canadians with Disabilities and their allies. Yeah.
And now when we rebranded, that we include around the world, right? So PWD Allies, and that way, because we used to have, when we first launched everybody back in the Twitter Space era, it was a lot of people were coming in from other countries. I noticed over time. I was like, wow. So
Great Britain. I know there was a couple from Great Britain that were coming all the time.
Yeah, and so we got thinking about this and thought, well, let's change things up. And people were more than happy that we did this. And how we've launched this, our podcast. It's growing immensely. I never thought in my life that the podcast would be the way it is now.
Talking about that, Brent, on the last video that we did about the spousal clawback, I have put, sometimes in the past I've put in a few bucks on advertising, and it helps to blow up the videos a little bit more sometimes not, but sometimes it does. But I haven't actually contributed any money for a while on advertising. It's just been all organic growth. And on the last video that we did about the spousal clawback, there's 500 views on that now, and that was on a video that we just did on Monday. So it's been like 5 days.
Wow.
We've had 500 eyeballs on that video in 5 days, which, I mean, it's like maybe not sounds great, but I mean, for kind of a small potatoes channel like us, like the little engine that could, that's I'm happy about that. Like getting 500 eyeballs on anything is quite an achievement, I think.
So, absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's all because of advocacy, right? Of putting the information out there and informing the public of, like there's always the good PR PR announcement. It's like I could say, well, Neil, we're going to do a podcast today. Neil, we are. Yeah. What are we going to talk about? Well, we're going to talk about whatever this is. Oh, okay. Are you going to do a follow-up? No, I'm just going to do a podcast. All right. I'm just being funny, everybody. But it's always great about saying, or maybe I'll get around saying, yeah, we're going to do a telethon. What day? I'm not sure yet. But yeah, hey, but I'm going to do a telethon. It's like a PR announcement from governments of MLAs, like putting it out there. This is what we're doing. Yeah. But there's devils in the detail. The devil's in the detail, right?
And that is the pushback that Sheila Malcolmson has gotten on the disposal clawback.
Yes.
The problem with that announcement was it was advertised as, I mean, they came out and said it. We're gonna end disposal clawback, and I'm sorry. What they did not end disposal clawback. So when you come out and say you're going to end disposal clawback, if you're going to say it, you better mean it. Like, and they just didn't do it. So again, like, God bless Sheila Malcolmson. And again, I hope she comes on. And again, we're not going to throw her under the bus. We're not going to attack her.
No.
But if she does watch this episode, I mean, she knows already that, if you're going to say something like, we're going to end disposal cap, we're going to end disposal clawback, then do it. Actually do that. If you're not going to actually do that, then say what you're actually going to do. Don't spin it out there that you're actually going to do more than you actually are. Mm-hmm. Which is what happened in this case with disposal clawback. They promised way more. They promised way more than they were actually going to actually do. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And just to kind of put that into context, so people watching this, well, what are they talking about? So,
well, go back and watch the other podcasts. Actually,
exactly. Yeah, you can go back and watch the episode that we had Jeff Leggett joining us from Disability Action of Canada on, and he talked about what's going on, and there's audio, an interview on there about it. But I'll give you a quick overview. When you have two PWD living in one household, the policies were so archaic and so they were so hurtful, and they were designed to be hurtful. Like, whoever designed it way back when, I don't know, like maybe the mindset, I don't know. I mean, maybe they were wearing a Grinch hat or something. I don't know. But I mean, I'm wearing a Santa hat.
When are you going to do when are you going to release your eggnog episode?
Oh, Brent? I've got a couple more little segments to do on that, and then I'll be releasing it over to you.
Okay.
So it'll be quite fun, actually.
I'm itching for it, Brent. I'm itching for it.
Yeah. Today is actually, I'm going to be kind of finalizing a little bit of it. Probably maybe by tomorrow. I should have it fully done. Maybe.
Well, no pressure, Brent. No pressure.
Of course not. No. But I mean, when you had, like, say, two PWD in one household, these policies were harmful because, I mean, if you're escaping violence, domestic violence, I mean, there's so many things. You needed to move. Now you're trapped. You're trapped into a relationship that is not a good situation, right, for household. So people should be having that autonomy. They should be able to have two separate checks, and that's how the minister, the ministry had thrown it out there.
Yeah,
that two people are going to have two separate checks, two full separate
checks. Yeah.
Now, when they were under one file, they actually had equivalent of, say, one person, and there was just a little bit of a top up. Right? It was a little bit of a top up. So what they've done now is that they said, well, we're going to now make it two full checks, but instead of that one top up of one person, we're going to give you back $56.75
per person.
Per person, rather than when we took away the whole check, one full check, we actually put on top of one person. Now we're going to give you back $56.75 per person, and so two separate checks. But also, instead of shelter of $500 as an individual, right? Me as an individual, $500 maximum shelter allowance. In today's market rent, it still doesn't make any logical sense to me. I mean, maybe back in 1980s you could rent somewhere for that for your maybe $500, maybe. And that was hard because I can remember I did, but well, I didn't rent back then, but my mom did. But a whole house. But yeah, anyway, getting to the fact of $500 maximum shelter, one person. Okay, another person, $500. The ministry made it sound like two full checks. What they didn't do was quietly kept $695 basically.
Yeah, the shelter portion they didn't
two
touch.
couples.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they left that in place, but you
Yeah.
get two full checks. But now your market rent's already hard enough already. But
Yeah.
hey, both of you now in total, you're going to get $695.
Yeah.
So
And so when it was first announced, like everybody thought, I thought, you thought, Jeff's thought, when she said
everybody.
when she said both like full checks,
Yes.
like everybody was thinking, okay, full check meaning
Yep.
meaning the full shelter amount of $500 each and the full support portion.
Yeah.
And then, you know, what was good about that, if it was going to be that, what was good about that was that, you know, that nobody would have to hide their relationship. Then everybody
Yes.
could be
Yes,
out in the
that's what-
open and say, you know what, I'm with somebody and it's great and I don't have to hide it anymore. But because they didn't go full in on making it full separate checks on for both, and again respecting the autonomy of each individual, because they didn't do that, because they kept the shelter portion in place and reduced it down, like it's over $300 of, it was $305, right?
Yeah, $305, yeah.
$305 deduction.
Yeah.
Because they didn't respect the shelter. They didn't
because you're still together. Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't bump up the shelter portion. So
Yeah. Fall back.
you're not, like, people are still gonna have to lie about their relationship now. They're still gonna have to lie about it, which really sucks. Which really sucks.
Well, especially if you're going to rent from a corporate manager, right? It's already bad enough where the rates are already it's like below poverty in every single province. I mean, I'll call a spade a spade. Every single province, provinces and the federal government, you got to do better. Okay, like it just admits that yes, you made a mistake. We can all admit that when we make a mistake, you just say, yeah, you know what? I need to do better. I need to do better, right? I need to learn from advocacy wise people with lived experience. I mean, we're citizens of Canada, and governments need to do better and learn that, yeah, when you make a mistake, say, yeah, I screwed up. Yeah, I can fix it. Let's take care of our citizens. Let's tax the multi-billionaires. I mean, are they not paying enough tax? No. There's a lot of stuff going on, everybody. Canada right now is losing $50 billion. $50 billion.
Yeah.
Okay, the federal government right now, that they could be recouping that money back in of tax giveaways, minimum $50 billion. Imagine giving every single person across Canada in legislative poverty minimum 1.5 million across the country. That's a boost up. And I mean, I would like to see one united disability program that's administered and get rid of all the other bureaucratic stuff out of provinces. Now that's going to go down a different rabbit hole.
You know when you always say I screwed up, Brent. Always say that when you're talking about government, you're saying, why don't they just say I screwed up? I always think back to the bad hat idea show. Or the bad idea hat show that we did. Because you did a great impression of Mike Harcourt. Remember, because we went back in time in the time machine in the DeLorean. We went back in time to 1993, 1994, and you put on your disguise of Mike Harcourt with the mustache.
Yeah.
And you said, I'm sorry, I screwed up. Yeah. And I don't know.
I'm gonna give everybody a little.
I just remember that.
I'll give everybody a little sneak peek on this, and Neil will probably start laughing.
You can look that episode up, and everybody should watch it because we had so much fun doing that episode. A bit of a departure for us because it was basically theater. We were just doing improv theater in a sense, but it was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Minister, it's the policies. I really loved the policies back then. I managed to turn I managed to turn the pension into an income means tested base. I mean, people with disabilities are, well, why? I mean, they're not seniors, so why they're not seniors? So why should they have a guaranteed income supplement? I mean, like a pension. So no, they need to just get out there and get a job, right? I mean, that's what it is. That's how we build the economy. Have every single child, youth, adult. I mean, they work, 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 work. Get out there. I mean, pink unicorns are wild. I love pink unicorns. I mean, yeah, I was on the news hour and I said something that really upset the parents of the children or the adults with disabilities. I guess they didn't like it. They could go to their own room. They could go to their room if they didn't like what I heard. Yeah, I heard people just turned the TV off. They threw a football at the TV screen and they whacked it. But when I said three things to the audience, and I don't want to say some swear words because I won't repeat it again because it gives me a headache.
Well, I think you should. I think you should though. Mike Harker.
Deadbeats and varmints and cheats. Yes, yes. I think I said that, and I meant what I said. I won't apologize for that.
So you didn't screw up. You didn't screw up.
Oh, I screwed up. I screwed up because I didn't listen to my stakeholders, and they told me to make it even worse. And I said, well, there's more for me to do. What I did was I left it alone. I didn't decide not to put it back as a pension. I left it for other ministers, and I said they can just copy and paste it going forward.
32 years.
32 years.
32 years worth of copy paste. Yeah.
And that's basically what they did. I'm just having some fun here, but yeah, it gives you an idea. Go back and watch that.
Yeah, you should watch that. It's the bad idea hat or the bad hat idea or something like that.
Yeah,
look it up. It was a fun episode. Yeah. You know what? I forgot to ask you how long you wanted to go on for the show, Brent, because
about a half hour, I guess we could be on, and then we'll call it a wrap.
Yeah,
I mean,
and again,
right now, definitely go to the comment section and
and we hope even after this show is no longer live, when it's just posted as a video, we do hope that people will still donate, consider donating. Like we said, even like a $1 or $2 means that I don't have to spend another $2 of my own money on the license, the Zoom license for next year. So it would really help me out and help me have a Merry Christmas. And I was gonna maybe do my Michael Bublé impression now. How in telethons they always have star power to do Christmas songs, and so I'm gonna do my Michael Bublé impression now.
Sure.
I'll be home for Christmas. You can count on me. Please have snow and mistletoe and presents under the tree. Christmas Eve will find me where the love light shines. I'll be home for Christmas, if only in my dreams. There's my Michael Bublé.
Yeah.
And it's Michael Bublé's fault that he hasn't come on. Like if he came on, he could sing it, not me.
Yeah. Michael, we could come on as a bunch of us as a duet, right?
I would love to duet with Michael Bublé. Maybe he wouldn't like it, but
wow. Or he can just sing for our audience, just briefly, I think it would be fantastic to have a celebrity to come on and
1 year, Brent. I'm holding out for 1 year. Maybe he'll do it.
Yeah, exactly. There's some celebrities that are out there that, if you're a celebrity out there and you're watching this, our podcast, and you would love to come onto our podcast, reach out. And, if you'd love to perform, even just, I mean, if you're allowed to. I don't know if your music agent will allow you to do
Well, I remember
that.
we had Beth Naked on
Yeah,
a couple
yeah.
years ago. That was
And,
fun.
and we actually had oh, you know what? Going back in our time machine,
Yeah,
way back into our time vault here, we actually had Bree Taylor on.
that's true. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
she was good too. Yeah,
that was a fantastic show too. I
yeah,
remember that was way back in our Twitter space. Ever does. That was a phone in. She called in.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, she called in all the way from California, and
yeah.
yeah, and I still remember the day when she called in. My call display and showed up, California on there. What? And I was like, oh no. Like, yeah, it was because I was worried about the connection. Like I was worried
Mm,
about the audio connection, how it would actually come through, and it came through really well.
yeah.
So I was really happy to have her on. So many of our guests.
That was back in your Twitter Space days. You had her on.
It was, yeah,
Yeah.
and yeah, it goes to show. I mean, of who we've had on our
Hmm.
podcast. I mean, there's always room for more growth. Having celebrities, members of parliament, people with lived experience, and their allies. I mean, if you are an ally of a person with disabilities, or you're just a member of the community, any community in Canada, and people that have disabilities, and you want to come on and talk about stories about how it affects your day-to-day life, or you're a caregiver. It doesn't matter what aspect of you are related to that person. Maybe you yourself have a disability and you're an ally, and you want to come and talk about how society looks at people with disabilities. I mean, accessibility wise, how does it affect your life? I mean, do you go into stores or anywhere in your community, like you don't have access to public transit properly, or businesses aren't equipped to handle different ramps going up to businesses? Anything that you want to see changed. I mean, there's so many things to talk about, right? I think it's about community building. It's about building things together in our own way, and changing how things are in our beautiful country and around the world. I think we could all push that boulder up, up the hill, and make that
Hmm.
movement in a
Yeah.
positive way, and make changes. And I think over time, I mean, there's room for growth for this channel, and lots of opportunity where we can take things going forward. And I mean, this is our second annual Christmas Telethon, and I mean, lots of room for growth.
Yeah.
I would love to have a celebrity come on, and doing intermission during a broadcast here,
Yeah.
and that would be so
There's always
wonderful.
next year, Brant. There's
Yeah,
always
I
next
mean,
year.
I remember the Christmas Telethon, watching it on TV,
Yeah.
and I mean, I'm sure
I was
people.
one of the stage kids for a few years. I would be on the
Yeah,
stage. Yeah.
I remember it was 24 hours, 24
Yeah.
hours
No,
a
it
day. Yeah,
was. Yeah. It
yeah.
was.
They would come on a Friday. They would come on a Friday,
Yeah.
right after news hour. It would be on till Sunday,
Yeah. No.
until Sunday at 5 o'clock. And then
Yeah.
5 o'clock they would cut it off, and
Yeah.
then your regular news hour would come back on. And I so badly wanted to go there overnight. My mom's like, "You're out of your mind, Brent." I said, "No, I want to go there." And it
Yeah.
was actually at the Queen Elizabeth Theater in
Yeah.
Vancouver,
Yeah.
where they had it. Um, I actually, at one time, I actually sent in a donation myself, to actually a couple times, to there, and I looked on the screen way back when they had the telethon going, and I phoned up, had the operator on there taking donations, and they said, "Okay, in about 5 minutes, look, keep watching, and you're going to see your name come up on the screen." And I
Okay.
was watching carefully. I'm like, "Oh my!" And that was when we had the good old
Yeah.
VHS.
Yeah.
I taped it, and my
Right.
mom's like, "What are you taping?" So I showed it to her, because my mom was out there working around the clock. She was working so much. God rest her soul. But she came back, and I showed it to her. She's like, "What?" I go, "Yeah," and I sent in $50
Oh wow.
way back when. Yeah, and there was one year I sent in $100. I mean, because I had got a Christmas bonus from my employer way back when,
Hmm.
and my employer was so generous. Like, it was like such a family. They treated everybody as family, even though I had to do my job.
Hmm.
I remember one year I got a $250 bonus. Everybody, I could not believe it. I was like, I had tears running down my face because I was like so shocked that they recognized they randomly picked out two people. One person would get the grand prize, and the other person would get subsidiary prizes, and all the other employees would get other things. And I don't know what I did, but I got a $250. I was picked as the number one top employee at
Yeah,
where
well,
I
that's
worked.
good.
And I was like, wow. And I guess they call it outstanding performance. And basically I got $250 check. Plus I got they said, well, instead of 50% off my meals, I got it for 3 months. They basically said, yeah, I could have whatever I wanted on the menu as a treat. I
Oh,
thought, okay.
wow.
So yeah, for 3 months, like so 3 months worth of shifts, right? So however many shifts I was doing. And then I got a gift certificate too, and then I got a ride home. I was so happy. So what I did that one year, so different. There were 3 different years. So what I did that one year, I did 50. Then I did the 100. The one year when I got the 250 bonus, I turned around and I gave $150 to the Christmas Telethon. 150
Wow.
bucks of it, of that 200, of the 250, right? I kept $100 and I put it to fixing my bike up.
Oh, wow.
So I utilized it and
Well,
yeah, like
yeah,
yeah.
you know, a fun fact about me, and I think I shared this already, is that back when I was 12, I I was asked to be the Timmy when I was 12. So
Oh wow.
that's going back a long time. But you
Yeah.
know, my parents pushed back and they said no, my our son's too old. You can't do it, Neil. You're too old. So I never did
Never
it.
too old, never too old.
But yeah, they really wanted me to come on because when I was 12, that was actually the year that I was on a lot of posters actually for Easter seals.
Well,
They had me on all these posters, you know, and like I was life size, you know, these huge
mm,
posters of me on these Easter seals posters, and yeah, they were pushing out all these posters like the whole year, and so
mm.
they wanted to cap off the year by having me be the Timmy, and my parents says, no, you're too old, so
Oh, that is
I never was, but
uh
I kind of wish I had the opportunity. You know, it would have been fun.
yeah.
But yeah, talking about bonuses too. You know, I never ever got a Christmas bonus. I didn't even know that was even a thing until I worked for RBC, the Royal Bank of Canada. I worked there for 5 years. I started working there just as a teller for the first 6 months,
Mhm,
and you kind of have to. That's kind of required. You start
mhm,
at the bottom, and then after the 6 months, I got promoted all the way up to the tech support,
mhm.
which is why I wanted to work for them to begin with,
Yeah.
is to work in the tech support, you know, in downtown there,
Mhm.
and so I did that for like 5 years, and one year for Christmas I got $1,200 bonus, and
Oh,
I mean, you talk about banks having money.
yeah.
I mean, you know, and
Mm.
I was like, $1,200 for, like, it blew my mind, Brent, because
Yeah.
like I said, I never got as much as you know, like 25 cents
Mhm.
from anybody for Christmas anything. And like I said, it was only one year they did it for me
Mhm.
anyway. But
Yeah.
$1,200, like,
That
wow,
is totally
blew my mind. It blew my mind.
yeah. Well, it's
Yeah.
like when I got that gift certificate from them, it was like $75 gift certificate and like a
Yeah.
basket and a bunch of goodies in there. I mean, and that bonus, I was just so amazed, but I don't know, something for me, I had to give back. Like
Yeah.
I felt like I had to do it. My mom goes, well, it's your money. You decide what you want to do. And I said, I want to help it to a good cause, to a good organization to help other people with disabilities. And I mean, and going forward now, like it's like the generosity of people, you know, on social media, and you know see a lot of people asking for help. I mean, there's different terminologies like mutual aid, GoFundMe, you know, wish lists. Yeah, I mean, you name it. And people are asking for help. I mean, there's people out there now that are going to food banks. And food banks were never a thing. They should never have
Yeah.
evolved to what they are now. I mean, families that are struggling so bad. I've never seen it in my life so bad. I mean, I grew up with a single mom, everybody, and my mom struggled. I told
Yeah.
stories about this, and she did the best she could. I mean, she worked at, she was a cross guard. She worked at a retail store. She worked at another store too. So she worked at two stores plus a cross guard. She did paper route too. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I could not believe that she was actually, um, like I had two paper routes myself. I took over another one. My mom actually took over another one that my brother did because he moved on to other things. So my mom took it over. I then took it over from her. I then had another route. So I had three, but I ended up offloading two of them because it was just too much and too many things on the go, things in life, and trying to study and work, my other job. And anyway, my mom she just did everything she could. And she struggled, right? Food banks were then starting to evolve more. She would get hampers. She didn't like to ask for a hamper. She said, you know what, I'll utilize what I have in here. There was times where she had to, she didn't want to. Now I look at society going forward. I mean, and it's got worse. My mom used to tell me stories that, I mean, governments can change things, right? Just like that. She said it was all a political choices. That's what she told
Mm-hmm.
me way back when, decades ago. My mom was a smart lady, very, very smart, very brilliant. Even though, I mean, she self-educated herself over time. She got to learn things. She was a store manager. She worked her way all the way up into Eaton's when Eaton's was around. Everybody, do you remember when Eaton's was around? My mom was actually one of the store managers. She moved her way all the way up to the top, and she only got to grade 7 of education because of the war. She had to drop out, but she self-taught herself. I mean, I taught her stuff when I was going through school that she didn't even know. So she had to, find out more to try to help me out over time, the best way she could. But I guess the moral of the story, I mean, looking back at memory lines is, she grew up during the Great Depression, the recessions.
Mm-hmm.
She said, I think it goes through a cycle. Never in her life she'd be so disappointed seeing how high rents are these days.
Yeah.
And I told the story many times on the podcast, and I see stories of other disabled advocates and people with disabilities and organizations and the media talking about how bad rent prices are, and people are not able to afford the market rents and not enough subsidized housing. I mean, I found a solution where, you move over the RAP program in BC over to market housing and base it on the individual, not the household.
Yeah.
Because again, if you base things on the household, and this means not just in BC, any province across Canada, if you base it on the household, now, if you are in a relationship or you're in a toxic situation, you need to leave. It should be based on you, not the household, because
Yeah.
you could have other people in your household that don't have disabilities,
Yeah.
right? So now it affects everybody in the household. If your income is tied
Well,
around, then
plus
yeah,
they did the exact same thing. The feds did the same thing with the Canada Disability Benefit
yeah,
too,
exactly. And
and that means
um,
that hardly anybody qualified for it because they did that.
it's yeah, it's like the
Yeah.
spousal cap. It's like
Yeah.
BC. It's like the 695, right, versus $1,000. Again, you're tying it based on the household. Like you
Mm-hmm.
gotta get away from that narrative. You almost fixed it, almost, but
Yeah.
it's almost purposely almost so that
Yeah.
we need to go back and fix it again and
Yeah.
fix it again. I
Well,
mean,
and we do have to say that, like, we do have to acknowledge that Christmas is a hard time for a lot of people.
it is so
You
hard.
know, like, you know, I mean, I can even say for myself, like, especially when my first wife passed away, that first couple Christmases, or even
Oh,
more than
yeah,
that, it was hard, right? I mean,
yeah.
if you've lost somebody, like whether it's a spouse or a parent or a sibling or whoever,
Hmm.
you know, the Christmases roll around or holidays roll around, and it's always a reminder, right? It always stings. Like, like it's been over 12 years for me, and it still stings. Like it's you still feel that little heart tingle, and it's just like
Yeah.
it kind of sucks, but you just so that there's a lot of people out there that Christmas rolls around, and it's a hard thing,
Hmm.
and especially like if you have a disability and you're already struggling on
Mm.
not enough money, it's hard. And so as much as we're saying, show me the money today,
Right.
we do know that it's a hard thing for a lot of people out there, and that's why we advocate. That's why we advocate, because
Yeah.
we want to make things better for people. So
Exactly.
we're
I,
only
I
we're
know
only
what you.
saying show me the money to people that can actually afford to do it. If you can't afford to do it, then you know God bless you, and
Mhm.
we hope people can still have a good Christmas, even though sometimes it is a hard holiday to get through sometimes.
Hmm. And anyone who can't, they can't help out the channel. I mean, all I ask is just for subscribe and like and share the
Subscribe and share it out. Yeah.
definitely. And if you are fortunate enough that you can help out the channel, or even, I mean, the someone's at the door. Someone's at the door. Maybe it's Santa Claus at the door. Ho ho ho! Oh, who's at the door? I think it's probably our manager.
Oh,
Oh, it's probably the manager. Yeah.
should we should
Oh,
we should we
no.
wrap it
No, no.
up, Brent?
Oh, no, no, it's all good.
Okay.
Sonia's taking care of the
Oh,
matter.
okay.
Yeah, I know what it's all about already, but I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a Christmas card.
Maybe
Yeah,
they're
so that's
spreading Christmas cheer, right?
spreading Christmas cheer. Yeah. It's just we get a card sometimes, and they're just dropping off something. So, but it's something that I advocate for very strongly, is to support people with disabilities. Share and share, like, if you can. From the channel, mutual aid. On social media, I see a lot of people posts. I've talked to the minister about this. We had our meeting. We talked about mutual aid, and um, and even the minister agrees. Like, yeah, like the systems they're so archaic, and if people can help each other, and that's what it's about, right? It's about helping people helping people, right? If you're less fortunate,
People
helping people.
helping people
But if you're
are the luckiest
position,
people.
then basically I totally understand. But if you are in a position of helping other people out, I mean,
Yeah.
go for it, right? Because it's the gift that keeps on giving. I mean, if I was in an extremely well position myself, I'd be more than happy to help other fellow PWDs
Hmm.
out myself. Um, Again, the money's there from governments. I mean, people say, "Oh, well, how do people keep saying, well, my tax dollars are going to go up?" I mean, is this an income misdistribution, right? It's the
Hmm.
ultra wealthy, the corporations, the CEOs. There's too many CEOs, and layers of government upon government upon governments, and all these corporations are making record profits.
Well, just
Handing it down. I mean,
just in
gosh,
here in BC, and I think we can, we always say about copying and pasting it across Canada to other
yeah.
governments, provincial governments, but here in BC, like the
Oh,
David E.B.
actually,
government.
Neil, you can actually talk to the audience. Just give me a sec. I'll be
Okay,
right, buddy.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna say the David E.B. government here in BC, they have ballooned up the size of government by 50%. They've ballooned up the size of the government by 50%, which means that they've increased the spending of the budget by 50%. So, yeah, it's crazy. I like the snowman pillow. Maybe I should sing again. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I'm hoping that people, again, when after this is no longer live, I do hope that the people that can donate will, um, and also those that are inclined, if you want to sign up for a membership, monthly membership, you can do that. And again, that's be super appreciated. I can go through the membership tiers again. The link to the memberships, if you wanted to do a monthly membership, the link to the memberships is down in the description of the video. It's down in the description of every video that we publish. So again, the tiers of the memberships are: a Timbit is $2.99, an apple fritter is $4.99, a double is $12.99, and the Buble for Michael Buble is $29.99. And yeah, so I hope everybody enjoyed this episode. I think we will sign off soon because I don't want to inconvenience Brent too much here. So hopefully he comes back to the camera here. We'll see. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. Take a look at the 5 and 10. It's glistening once again with candy canes and silver lanes that glow. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Toys in every store. But the prettiest sight you'll see is the holly that will be on your own front door. I'm on my second song, Brent. Oh, man. You got to rescue me, Brent. Let's see. What have we got? If anybody wants a particular song, they can type in the comments. But yeah, we should have. I guess we should have ended the podcast a little bit early, because when you lose your host, I think the podcast is done.
Hello everyone.
Well, I think you know what. I think we should have punched out Brent. So
yeah,
so what?
We're just dropping off some Christmas cheer. Yeah, it was wonderful. Again, everybody, I hear,
I had to do my second song, Brent. I had to do my second song because you were
there.
Here.
You go. But it's just, a lot of people are suffering at this time of the year. They're hurting financially. And I hear that, if you're there to just be there for other people, loved ones, people in your life, and just say hello. If you're able to say hello to them, great. If you're not, know that that you're there in their heart. You're there is the best way you can be to support them. If emotionally, however it is, just know that if you can just basically just kind of knock at their door and say hello, and just say you care. I mean, however it may be. I know in life, like, kind of looking back, and I can say I miss my mom and my mother so much. I think about them all the time, but I know they're there in my heart. They'll always be there in my heart. Every year goes by, I cherish the great memories. And we learn as we go on, and just life has a, it's like life is like a puzzle, right? You just go.
Yeah, and the metaphor that I always live by. Everybody can call me the metaphor man if you want. I don't care.
The metaphor man.
The metaphor man is about to reveal himself again. But the one that the metaphor that I always kind of live by, and is this idea that everybody is a stone, and that if you throw the stone and you create ripples in a pond. That everybody's a smooth stone, and if you throw your stone out there, you can create ripples in a pond. And
I used to love doing that.
Yeah, and those ripples mean something to a lot of people, right? Because they ripple out, and every time you get a ripple, you're affecting so many people, right?
It's
you
like
know.
echoing
Yeah,
someone's voice going forward. It's
yeah.
like
I think it's so important. Yeah.
it is. It's like channeling people's voices that maybe they feel that they like I said earlier. I mean, if they feel that their voices aren't being heard, you want to come on the podcast. We can blur your face. We can you can just make it like a phone in one
Mm.
where it makes it sound like you're phoning in. We can do so many things. Or if you want to be on, you're not camera shy. You want to come on, talk about just whatever your topic is that you want to talk about, and just have your voice be heard. I mean, don't be scared. I mean, yes, we won't bite. I mean, if you want to come on saying, I really want to come on, but I'm scared of coming on because I don't know what to expect. We would just treat you as you, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we don't put on a show, and we wing things, right? I don't like reading scripts. I really do not like reading
But
scripts.
we wing things with purpose, Brent. We
Yeah,
wing things with purpose.
but when we wing things, we do like to have like some structure where we
Yeah.
do know what the guest is going to be talking about. And of course, I hope I know what I'm going to be talking about. Uh, but the fact is that having fun and making the guest feel welcome, and just an all right around good experience. And that's what the PWD Allies podcast is all about: is bringing people together for common purpose, advocacy wise, how to change cruel policies, archaic policies. Stop the government having excuses of why not to take care of their citizens. I mean, really? Like, I mean,
Hmm.
why are we looking at this decades and decades and decades later of saying, well, how come we're still at the buying power of what you used to be able to buy at in like the 1980s? I mean, that's what it is feels like with the way our checks are. I mean,
Yeah.
and the government says, "Oh, there's more to do." Well, if you haven't raised the rates in so many years, what happens? That erodes. It actually goes backwards, and so
Yeah.
it just drives me batty that like in BC we have a ministry called Social Development and Poverty Reduction. Well, if you don't raise rates and you don't tie the rates to inflation, the cost of living,
Yeah.
you're actually going backwards like really
They
fast. It's
they
like going
they
down.
almost have to get rid of that word, poverty reduction. If you're not going to
No,
actually reduce poverty, don't
they
put it
just
in
call it
the
Ministry
title.
of Social Services or
Yeah.
whatever. I mean, they
Yeah.
get rid of that whole other mumbo jumbo
It's
stuff
just
because
more pink unicorns when you lie
yeah,
about it. Yeah.
it's like going on a mountain bike. Okay, and I used to ride my bike a lot. I miss riding my bike. I used to do a lot of bike riding. People say, "Well, how can this guy ride a bike? I mean, blind." I'm not blind. I am visually impaired, but I can't see far distance of reading signs far away. Small
Hmm.
print is very difficult for me, but I do the best I can. I mean, I can still ride a bike. Amazing enough. Yeah, I took some good tumbles when I was a kid trying to keep my balance and stuff. But I guess over time, it's like you're able to do certain things. But yeah, I haven't had a bike in many years. But I used to like bike riding around locally within my area. But
Maybe Sonia will get you a bike for Christmas, Brent.
yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, if she gets a rate increase from the government, maybe. But she needs to buy a
Well,
diet,
maybe one like this small, like a
or maybe if
Matchbox.
somebody wants to
Maybe a
donate,
Matchbox bike.
yeah, or if somebody wants to help their channel out. I mean, I'd be so grateful. I mean,
Buy Brent a bike, and then he'll do
I'm
a.
looking at 18 speed bike, everybody. Yeah, I mean, if you would like to make that as a Christmas wish, that'd be great. One
Well,
for me, one.
then you can go up. Then you can do your breaking with Brents on a bike. We'll
Wouldn't that be something, eh? Oh,
we'll rename a segment. We'll say Brent on a bike podcast. Brent
yeah.
on a bike
Or,
podcast.
or traveling with Brent. The
Yeah,
travel segment, everyone.
Brent on a bike. I'm game for it, Brent. Let's do it.
That would be funny. But I guess my point is like it's like riding a bike going up a hill, and then all of a sudden, oh, you stop pedaling, and then you roll backwards. Now that would be scary because now you fall off your bike, and then you got big problems. That's like the rates. You're going up, and then they stop putting it on, and then you have to cut back. So you cut back,
Mm.
and it's like so now you're chopping away at that hill that you're going up. So you fall back, and now all of a sudden, boom,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
There's been so many situations of homelessness lately. I've been hearing on the news, preventable homelessness.
Yeah.
So when you raise the rates, you keep people housed. I've talked about solutions, ideas that I think that could be really effective. I mean, not saying that the government has to listen to just people within one area to make that change happen. Echo across the disability communities, across our province and across our country. Governments have to just start listening to people rather than your stakeholders, because the stakeholders, it doesn't affect them. Like, it doesn't affect their lives. They're taken care of. They're really well taken care of. What happens is that more people become homeless, becomes a huge epidemic on our streets
Yeah.
and on our healthcare system. It puts a huge strain on our healthcare system. So you raise the rates, you tie it to here. You tie it to the actual person, and extend over the RAP program, market housing, keeps people housed. It actually puts less strain on our healthcare system. It benefits a person's well-being, physically, mentally, socially. There's so many positive things that really come out of it. I can turn a negative government into a positive so easily. It's like turning my hat around. It's just like that, right? I
There's
mean,
like
it's not
right-handed,
difficult.
left-handed. Yeah.
It's like getting rid of clawbacks. Like, in my view, there should be no clawback. There should be there should be no clawbacks. Like, get rid of it
Yeah.
all. Like, there's the word
Santa
clawback.
Claus doesn't like clawbacks. Yeah.
No, I should be wearing a Grinch hat. Actually, is where I should be wearing. I should be wearing a Grinch hat. Ugh.
Well, you know what, Brent? Let's
Yep.
punch out.
All right.
If you want me to sing another song, I will. I haven't got anybody typing in the comments, so I don't think they like my singing actually. So, but you know what I was gonna say is,
Okay, that's okay.
you know what I was gonna say is, my son is gonna be playing piano. He's gonna get he's doing a paid gig. He's gonna get paid a lot of money apparently. It's kind of blowing my mind, the size of the size of the paycheck. I don't even want to say it. It's almost so much. But yeah, so he's got this paid gig for quite a few days, playing piano and singing. So, yeah, I've got my own mini Buble in the house, and he's been practicing his piano and singing, and yeah. So
yeah, your
cool.
son is a very, very talented, awesome young man. Yeah, congratulations to your son, Neil, because wow, he's put some good videos out there too. They watched those, and wonderful to hear that. And I'm actually geared to hear how more is going to come out of that. Definitely.
Yeah, I'll be going to see one of his performances, so it'll be fun. But I've been on his case to really practice a lot because I want him to do really, really well. But yeah, I think it'll be fun for him. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in today to PWD Allies podcast, to the Christmas Telethon. If you missed today's episode and you weren't able to participate in the comments section, or if you are fortunate that you can contribute and help out our channel, or better yet, if you want to be a sponsor. I mean, if you're a celebrity and you're watching this for your first time, or you've been watching us for a good while, and you're like, you know what, I love what they do in this content. I want to sponsor the channel, or you're able to help out the channel in whatever means that you can. And I know, as Neil mentioned before, I mean, I know finances are tight. They're extremely tight for us too. Cost of living keeps going up, but income don't go up, right? Yeah. We just do the best we can and get by the best we can. Know that there's better things in the future coming, right? The light will be at the end of the tunnel. I know people say, well, that's good for you to say, but and because I guess, I mean, I can't speak for everybody because everybody's circumstances are different. Mm-hmm. I guess I'm just trying to be cautiously optimistic that things will turn around. But advocacy wise, yeah, I mean, or for, I guess, people with disabilities, all we can do is letting our voices be heard at every level of government. Phone your MPs, phone your MLAs, whatever you got to do, write, email. Yeah, I mean, show up. I mean, maybe show up at their office. I don't know. maybe accessibility wise, it's not always convenient. I get that. I totally understand that. I can relate to that in my downtown area where I am. Yeah, it's not exactly the best pleasant environment to try to walk across people laid across on the sidewalk
Right.
to try to get to their office.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then worry that I'm going to step on something and have to watch the concrete because I got to be careful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the
Uh,
best for somebody that, is
well,
has a
especially
vision impairment. Yeah.
well, yeah, and then walking in the office, right? And walking in the office, and the minister says, "Well, apply for a crisis supplement," and then being told, "Well, it has to be an unexpected expense." Your fridge breaks down, right? It freezes everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll just give you an example. The fridge has been freezing things. Okay, so we lose a lot of items. We have to throw them all out. They're all damaged, and so the repair person comes in, fixes the fridge, and hey, as long as the fridge works, it runs, it turns on, and it keeps damaging your produce and food. You throw it out, and then you got to rebuy it again. Well, we know that the cost of keep buying stuff over and over again. I mean, it's expensive,
Yeah.
but the government says it's a pre-existing problem.
Yeah.
So you don't qualify for a crisis supplement when it's a
Yeah.
pre-existing problem.
Yeah.
They say the management company needs to fix it. I go, but they did fix it.
We're sorry for your faulty
Yeah.
fridge,
I
but
said,
it's your
we go
fault.
to
Yeah.
I said, or we go to the store and you buy it. It's already rot. It's already
Yeah.
gone bad, and
Yeah.
so now your fridge has escalated it. Well, that's already a pre-existing problem because they said you need to be looking at the produce before buying it if it's bad. Like, are you kidding me? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, and meanwhile, the minister says go to the government office to get a supplement, to ask for a crisis supplement or even a clothing supplement. Same thing. Same thing. Why can't you wear what you're wearing? Like, so, I mean, it kind of really defeats the purpose of saying that's the reason why they say they don't want to raise the rates, but go and apply for a crisis supplement. But they make all these barriers in place where you don't
Yeah,
qualify
they
for it.
lock it behind a paywall, kind of like.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
And they say it's
dare you
policy.
to prove that you absolutely, positively, absolutely need it. Yeah.
Yeah. I always say just add it to the PWD check every month and people
Yeah.
can utilize that for whatever services that they need.
Lawyer
food.
up, and prove that you need
Yeah.
proper
Or
assistance.
here's a funny one, everybody. Or maybe it's not funny, but I'm just saying that. But I'll give you an example. A minister staff member says your vehicle got broken into. Okay, you got all your food items. You just did a grocery shop. You went from one store. You put the stuff in there. You put it in your trunk, so it's not even visible. So nobody's even seen it. But somehow somebody's got in your trunk, popped your trunk, and took all your groceries out. You come back and there's nothing in there. So it got stolen. Your vehicle got broken into. Maybe somebody thought, well, you know what? There's nothing here. Let's check the trunk. They picked your lock. So it got stolen. So now they say you go to the ministry saying, can I get a crisis supplement? My stuff got stolen. So now you need to supply the reason why it got stolen. Where did it happen? Provide the proof. I mean, really, you're in a crisis situation, but you got to provide proof?
Yeah.
I see a problem happening here,
Yeah.
right? So
I think we all have to have our own pocket lawyers, Brent.
I think
we
so.
all have to walk around with pocket lawyers. Yeah.
And then you tell the government in a meeting that there's a problem here. Oh, yeah. There's more to do.
Yeah.
But the government is in a not a good situation. So
We have no money.
Yeah. We have no money. Well, there's ways of fixing that problem. But anyway, that's another podcast on itself. Again, thank you, everyone. This has been a great pleasure doing our second annual Christmas Telethon. I'm hoping that each year we try to hope that maybe we can get other people on more active, involved in the Christmas Telethon. If you would like to, here's an idea for people. I mean, we wouldn't have too many people on our podcast for a Christmas Telethon. But
we did last year, actually.
If you would like to be involved in next year's Christmas Telethon well in advance, let us know. Maybe some ideas.
If you want to sing on the podcast,
if you want to sing on that podcast, definitely reach out and we can kind of pre-arrange things well in advance. if you're a celebrity, like I say, you want to reach out to us, we'll get you all set up. And yeah, definitely lots of
we have we still have an open spot on 22nd is one of them, so just a couple of days before Christmas.
Yeah.
So maybe we can make that a Christmas one too. And I don't know if you want to do. I think Boxing Day is on the Friday. I'm not sure if you want to do that one or not, but that's I'll tell you, like, we can talk more about this off the air, Brent. But I'll just say it on the air anyway. But I want to get to 88 episodes again this year. We got to 77 last year.
Yeah.
And we got to 88. We got to 88 the first year. So year one we had 88 episodes. Year two we had 77. And year three we're right on target to hit 88 again. So I want to hit that 88 miles an hour, Brent. I want to hit that 88 miles an hour.
Say, you know what happens when you hit 88 miles an hour?
So I really want to hit the 88 again, Brent. So we gotta plan that out, and we gotta try to squeeze the last few. Because like I said, when we get to Cheryl Hardcastle, that will be 250. So that's 250 on December 19th. And we only have to do 3 more episodes after December 19th. We only have to do 3 more episodes to the end of the year to hit 88. And so you and I can talk about which days we want to schedule to hit the last 3 episodes to hit that magic 88. I want to hit that magic 88 again, Brent.
Yeah. So. As soon as we hit that 88, we're going to see some serious...
Anyway, let's punch out.
Eggnog, yeah. Anyway, thank you everyone for tuning in. And like I say, if you'd like to help out the channel, please reach out in the comment section. Email. There's so many options. Definitely reach out to us. Yep. Take care and happy holidays.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
Hark the herald angels sing. Glory to the newborn King, peace on earth and mercy mild, God and sinners reconciled. Bye.
Bye, everyone.